하트가 300만.
Hey there, my name is Duck and welcome to my face. Please excuse how red it is. I'm actually filming this intro before my outro because I realised I haven't filmed an intro, but I'm in Seoul for a week, so I thought I'd film a little N.Fia vlog. So let's just go straight into it. Also, yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about my tattoo. Wait, I forgot to talk about my tattoo. I have it. It's great. I did that the other day and now the wrap's off. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's stunning. The guy who did it, so nice. He could barely speak English. I could barely speak Korean. It was fine. He was super meticulous. To the best thing, in the best way. It was brilliant. And then at the end I was like, oh, because here's the thing, I keep trying to speak Korean and people reply to me in English and I'm like, oh, okay, so my 안녕하세요 wasn't convincing then. I get it, it's not, but towards the end, up until that point, he had a member of staff who was also super lovely. I got this done at Seoul Ink. Go check them out. I will link his Instagram in my description. This is quite this wasn't normally his usual thing. He normally does grayscale fine line type stuff. Beautiful. But all the staff there was super lovely and super nice. But we we weren't chatting or anything. I was just stood there lying there. But at the end I was like, oh, 너무 좋아요, and he went, you speak Korean? And I was like, a little bit. But that was really funny. I was like, oh shit, I should have tried more. And then he was having a cig when I was on the way out, and he was like, bye bye. And I was like, 감사합니다. That was super nice. But yeah, okay, bedtime. See you in the morning. at me. There was direct eye contact. It's in the video. I'm dying.
박수를 칠 수 있는 분들은 박수까지 함께해서 감성과 박수! 안녕하세요. 그리고 역을 맡은 유진입니다. 하시죠.
Okay, so I know I said I'd film the outro in Seoul, but obviously I'm not in Seoul anymore. I was just so exhausted and so focused on cleaning up my apartment to the standard it needed to be so I wouldn't get charged, and then sleeping because I needed to be up super early for my flight. So we're filming the outro now, and I'm still like giddy and giggly about everything, so like that's great. Because I saw Hweseung in the Next to Normal musical event in COEX, and then also just in the musical, and both times were incredible. I didn't get much like N.Flying stuff in between because it was mostly just me seeing an album and being like, an album, like basically. But the COEX event and then the musical more than made up for it. I didn't film a lot, but what I did film, I'm like holding close to my heart. And even the things I didn't film, there were moments I'm holding very close to my heart because Hweseung, for at least a brief moment, knew who I was. It started at the COEX Mall event. First and foremost, I really wish I booked more tickets to see more of the cast in Next to Normal. That musical made me just like cry, and I don't understand that much Korean. I'm trying my best, I'm trying to learn, but I don't understand that much, and it still made me cry. Like, that's a harrowing musical, and I just really wish I'd seen more of the cast do it, because while I'm like so happy I got to see Hweseung, I wish I'd seen some of the other Gabes, because they put on such a performance just in the COEX event. So I really wish I'd like booked more tickets so I could like see more of the cast, but still, you know, I'm so glad I got to see it at least once. The actual event itself was brilliant. Like, even just during the sound check, it was absolutely incredible. Hweseung does not know how to not perform. Like, that man is a professional. Like, he treated the whole venue like a stage, and it was just sound check. And part of him treating that whole thing like a stage was him acknowledging N.Fia and making sure that like he saw everyone and he acknowledged everyone, while also checking the volume and making sure his lines were, you know, like, he is such a professional and so incredible, while also being the sweetest human alive. Like, confirmed sweetest human alive. So he like looked directly at me during his performance, and that already was like enough to make my little N.Fia heart happy. Like, I was giddy like the entire rest of the day. Honestly, the entire rest of the trip I was giddy, just because like he like made eye contact during the performance. But then it got better because obviously I saw him in the Next Normal musical. He was absolutely incredible. They all were, but seeing Hweseung in a musical performing context was one of, honestly, like, my N.Fia dreams, because I feel like being in a musical and having that musical training and performance head on is a lot different than a concert. So I've always wanted to see every side of all of the N.Flying members that I could, and like this was one of the sides of Hweseung that I really wanted to see, and I am so glad I got to see it. He's an incredible actor, and him and the cast, like the rest of the cast, all just work together so brilliantly and effortlessly. I was like stunned the entire time. It was absolutely amazing. It, like, even though I couldn't understand, they evoked such emotion in me just through the songs and like their acting. It was absolutely incredible. But after the musical, I tried to give him my book. It was wrapped, and I also had some patches that I wanted to like give him that I made. He couldn't accept them, which I completely understand, because if you accept one from one person, you have to accept all of them. And so I totally understand that he didn't accept them. I honestly wasn't expecting him to accept them. I'm not gonna lie, like I knew that it was more than likely that he wouldn't be able to, but I would have like kicked myself if I didn't try. So at stage door, he couldn't accept them. However, he looked at me and was just like, and like it was very clear he wanted to have them, and he was like upset that he couldn't take them. And he, like, obviously I don't speak Korean. I'm trying to learn, but I don't speak Korean, and it was very obvious that. So he just like looked at me and was like, I think what he meant was thank you for the thought, but he went thank you for your mind. And everyone was just like cooing. Everyone was cooing, and because I was there, I was just like, oh please, like holding it out, but like not really, you know what I mean? Where he was like, oh thank you for your mind, and do you know what? The Lulu is the Salulu, but I'm taking that as him acknowledging me as an artist, because I showed him the Hammer little hippo, his little logo that I like embroidered, and I was like, oh, I made this. So do you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking it as him acknowledging me as an artist. I'm just gonna do that and live in my little Delulu brain. But he was so sweet. I didn't film it because I was so determined to at least try my best to give him these things. But I found a clip of when he looked at me and like looked at the gifts, and he looked at me with such kindness. Like, he was so kind and he was so grateful, even though he couldn't accept them. And I'm so happy with that. And I was also a bit worried that I'd be bothering the other fans by like trying. But one of there was like a girl next to me who actually like got his attention for me, because I didn't want to be like, Hweseung, let me give you stuff, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, I'm like holding things. So a girl actually was like, got his attention for me, and I didn't really want to take too much of his time, but no one seemed to mind. Like, N.Fia are the sweetest people alive. Like, the girl who got his attention for me gave me a cookie, like with his face, like with his like sticker faces on it. Like, N.Fia confirmed sweetest people alive. But no one seemed like annoyed or upset, which I was really grateful for, because I was really worried. And like when he like spoke in English, everyone just went, oh. So, you know, at least I did something. So yeah, I met one of my faves. I met one of my ults, and he was very kind, and I truly don't think I could get a better experience than that, you know what I mean? Like, he was very kind and so lovely and grateful, and I genuinely feel like crying a little bit. I have been like tearing up on and off about it since I left, really. Like, I was on the train just like beaming to myself, but I'm so happy to be in N.Fia. I'm so happy, and I cannot wait until I can see the concert N.Flying side of Hweseung and the rest of the N.Flying men. I can't wait, because it's gonna happen. My next trip to Seoul is actually, in my brain, it's planned for when they do one of their first shows back as 5. So as soon as Jaehyun finishes his enlistment, I am over there, and I am going to as many of the concerts as I can within the space of however long I have over there. So I am excited to do this again and see more sides of them. And I don't know, I'm just really grateful to be an N.Fia. So that's it. I'm done being sappy. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry this was a shit show. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.